Defying pushback of opposition parties and even 6 ministries headed by members of his own government. Germany's Chancellor Olaf Scholz wants to press ahead with the sale of a 35% stake in a Hamburg container terminal to a Chinese state-owned company. The Ministry of Economic Affairs is running an investment review process as the container port is classified as critical infrastructure. Hamburg's mayor, a social democrat like Olaf Scholz, has campaigned for the sale to Chinese shipping giant Cosco. Well, for more, let's bring in Volker Trier. He's the Deputy General Manager of the Association of German Chambers of Industry and Commerce. Welcome back to the program, Volker. Should this deal go through?
Yes, because Germany is not only an internationalized economy with a great bulk of FDIs in many countries abroad, including China. We are also dependent or in great need of receiving inbound investments, foreign direct investments. And when it comes to this project, it is at least our point of view, it's a minority stake, and it's not really an overwhelming investment which could influence and shape maybe infrastructure towards Chinese regime and not in our, and does not say that it won't believe in our hands.
But Volker, critics are pointing to that very fact. They're saying, all right, it is a minority stake, it is a small step, but one that could be expanded and then that could lead into trouble.
I mean, when it comes to the investor, then one has to take into account that this company has invested in many other ports in Europe, and Hamburg is up to now in a position where we say it is with disadvantage. And this is just a next step to a level playing field. And on the other hand, it guarantees or safeguards a bit more the access also to Chinese markets and imported goods to Germany, which are desperately needed right now in times of turmoils in the supply chains.
You're saying a level playing field. Others are saying that the Chinese are turning on the screws, basically, on Hamburg, because ports in Antwerp, ports in Rotterdam are also partly owned, and Cosco could just go there. So, you know, they're saying, basically, they're blackmailing Hamburg here for this investment.
No, I do say level playing field in terms of the ports you have mentioned, because they have already received capital from Cosco and therefore receiving or safeguarding their access to the Chinese markets much better. We don't think that a minority stake like this will lead us to a position where we could be blackmailed by China.
Volker, this week's meeting of the Communist Party in China saw leader Xi Jinping holding on to a zero-COVID strategy, putting the emphasis on military spending and its willingness, the country's willingness to, quote Mr. Xi here, unite Taiwan with China. Now, that all sounds bad for business, to be blunt here. How much will and how much should German companies rely on China in the future?
There is a mutual dependency between China and the West in general, and not only when it comes to German companies. Together with the United States, the European Union, we are absorbing more or around 1/3 of the exported goods from China, and there is this 3.2 billion package of savings outside of China in so to say in the hands of Western countries, especially United States. So that means that we have a really weight in this process when it would come to conflicts, and there's not only the dependency of German companies especially.
Volker Trier of the Association of German Chambers of Industry and Commerce, thank you.